morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Liette Vasseur from Brock University, and I'll present on behalf of my group the case study of the town of Lincoln, which is part of a larger project with others in Quebec. So the objective of the project were to first understand the coastal community's vulnerability, in the case of the town of Lincoln for us, and strategies for adaptation that they were using or are going to use, as well as improving resilience. And this was done through co-construction of solutions. We wanted also to make sure that we understand the reason why people do or do not implement adaptation solution. And finally, because we are from different universities, to be able to connect and share our experience in different communities. The PI of this project was Steve Plante from the Université du Québec à Rimouski. Now we know that around the Great Lakes, the climate is changing with increase in temperature as well as precipitation, and especially in terms of patterns of precipitation, with more precipitation being in the fall and the spring and less in summer where we have more droughts. This has led to, unfortunately, more storms and flooding, and this was especially true for 2017 and 2019, where over $1 million of damage was noticed for the town of Lincoln, which is not a big municipality. So it's really difficult for their own budget. But we can see here destruction of some of the roads, flooding of the other roads, as well as a large component of erosion. So there was a need to find solution, and working with the municipality, these objectives were very important to also ensure that we had co-construction. That means that everybody was involved, and that meant the municipality and the staff, the municipal council, as well as the citizens from the municipality. So there was a need for social learning and especially experience sharing of what's happening for the different groups of people and the different sector in the community. That led also to the possibility of innovation, and everything was looked in terms of sustainability lens for the community. One of the tools that we used was social network analysis with Gephi to better understand also how people were connected and how they can help each other. And as you can see, this is one of our diagram where the purple are the municipalities' different departments, but we can see that many actors were not necessarily connected to these different entities that may be able to help them in terms of climate change adaptation. So we worked with the community, and we started with a public launch and also a community profile to better understand the adaptation entry points. So where do we start? What are the issues? Where are the most vulnerable parts of the ecosystem? We did semi-structure interviews which were very important to develop the social network, but also to better understand the need for sharing of information in the community. It led to an increase in community engagement, and we used different sectors such as agriculture, tourism, and coastal to be able to better understand these different components. We did public meetings, open houses, and especially focus groups to be able to understand these different sectors. We used the theory of change process to better understand how over time people are changing in terms of their awareness, information, and understanding of climate change adaptation. Another tool that we use in this project was the coastal vulnerability analysis, and this helped to better understand the coastal evolution over time from 1934 to 2018 through the use of aerial photos. And that helped to really visualize what was happening. This was transformed into a story map that is public, that the citizens were able to go and look at it to better understand how the lands have changed. But we also were able to engage with the community through a call for historical photographs to better illustrate at different time what happened. So this was a very powerful tool for people to understand what was happening. Because of COVID, we had to move online, and we continue some of the focus group online, and we hope to finish the last couple that needs to be done this month in January. But we also use what we call public-to-public survey as a tool. And this allowed to look at the different options for adaptation along the coast and see from the citizens' perspective which one were the most interesting and for what. And that led to understand the values that they were putting for these different options. And this is a poster that we created that was to look at the different categories, so 3 categories of options and the values that they attached to each of these options. And this helps a lot for the citizen to understand where they stand, but also for the municipality to better understand what are the values that the citizens put around adaptation, climate change adaptation in the coastal community. So the last step is the last survey for the theory of change, which we hope will be done within the next few weeks, and completing the last 3 manuscripts that have to be done to finish this project. Thank you very much. And I certainly would like to acknowledge a lot of partners and funder agencies for this project. Thank you.